Sapoops, Malaysia's most qualified professor is on defense mode. After hundreds of comments from disgruntled people infinitely more qualified than her, she has written a public response to the allegations involving my name regarding the Romans and the Malays, where suddenly she has learned to be careful. Her grand claims are now all hypotheses, theories, this could happen, and source after source that she probably never read, comparing herself to Giordano Bruno before or after her Giordano sponsorship, I don't know. Whoa. As her beloved cult members write comment after comment in support of her high-quality Jati Diri promoting research, citing her deep, infinite and infallible wisdom, one sycophantic comment at a time. Even as she speaks in English and defends her hashtag good name, citing source after source, including The Onion. In response to our eminent professor's banyakkan membaca injunction, a god amongst men actually went out and banyakkan membaca, found a paper of hers titled Discourse on the Bible Compilation Framework Timeline, a relation with the development of Islamic sources, literature, decolonization, no more Orientalism, goodbye. And well, our Mina has cited The Onion. Even as she declares that the ancient Greeks were invented, entirely fabricated, and a flourishing society existing in Greece was a complete fiction created by a team of 24 historians, anthropologists, and classicists who worked non-stop between 1971 and 74 to forge Greek documents and artifacts. Now, our Reddit support was very passionate about this, it's genuinely concerning as an educator to spread fake education in a university level, but well, Sapoops, I don't know who would even consider The Onion legit, because as far as I know, it doesn't take a university professor to know that The Onion is fake. University students should be able to as well. Heck, I was a teenager when I was reading The Onion articles, and I live in Malaysia where allegedly we live in banana trees, and I know that that's fake. I don't know if it's gonna stay that way though, given that professors like her are going out full steam and inventing history at the speed of light. But well, Sapoops, it would be all too easy to just declare hashtag academic freedom. It's okay, she's dumb. Hanlon's razor, never attribute to malice what you can attribute to stupidity. It's a simple case of blind leading the blind. Sapoops, you might have a very charitable view of human nature, but I don't. I wish I could say that she's a well-meaning, but not particularly bright professor. But frankly, even just looking at the way that she's defending herself, it's like watching a real-life game of Among Us go horribly wrong in real time. Because frankly, even when she makes this so-called defense and tells the media to stop slandering her, trust me, it's not targeted at the media. No, it's targeted to her followers. Even as she deliberately dials back her claims, leaving out the flying Malays and also the onion thing, doing just enough to maintain the illusion of Wonderland even as she stays out of their radar, gets more followers, plays victim, persecution god complex, even as the flywheel continues, so long as nobody does anything to shut the cult down. Sapoops, if you're still watching at this point, you know that by all right, logic and common sense, that if this Solehah Yaacob is the Solehah Yaacob who wrote that train wreck of an article, IIUM should take action on her, UM should take action on her, the Ministry of Higher Education should take action of her, although nobody actually dares to do anything. And by right, there should be no situation in this world where this woman is an incredible example of how social media and echo chambers form as people try to hear what they want to hear. But see, Sapoops, that's why it's so important to keep your sense of reality. I have no idea what the next generation is going to be like with educators like this, and if it continues, then all it shows is just failure on every single level of society to do anything about people speaking cap shamelessly into camera, spreading awareness of history premised on nothing but falsehood. But if there's something small that you can do about it, it's keeping your sense of reality and just normalizing calling that shit out. I think we live in an insane world, but it isn't the end of the world as long as you keep your sanity. And if all else fails, remember that if one day jumping into volcanoes becomes cool, even if 1,000 people in front of you jump into a volcano, just remember you need to be the one who doesn't. Alright, Blizzard's over. It's time to get back to it. That's all to say about that, and bye.